What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody all around the world? It's Silas Kingdomnaire, Kingdom Warfare, guys. I hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a great day. You guys wanted to come on here, and I wanted to talk about plant your seeds so you can see day by day increase. And I want to show you something in Genesis. I want to show you something in Genesis first. In Genesis chapter 26. I want to read the whole thing, but first I want to read this. Genesis chapter 26, verse 12. All right, verse 12. It says, Isaac planted crops in that land and took in a huge harvest. God blessed him. The man got richer and richer by the day until he was very wealthy. All right, he got richer and richer by the day. And then in the Amplified version, it says, then Isaac planted seeds. All right, that word planted. You can't receive anything if you don't plant. He planted seeds in that land as a farmer and reaped in the same year 100 times as much as he had planted. And the Lord blessed him and favored him. And the man Isaac became great and gained more and more until he became very wealthy day by day and extremely distinguished. That's what God is about to do with us. He's distinguishing us. All right, I know you see us even in... You know, we investing in Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, right? Well, like a day ago, it just shot up a whole nother $1,000, right? It was at $10,000. It shot up to another 1,000. So guess what? Everybody that sold, planted their seeds into that, got an increase, and they've been getting increase every day. So that's the power of sowing. All right? I'm just in all areas of your life. It don't have to just be with money, but that's an example with money. All right, you as an investor, when you sow, you're not sure if you're gonna receive a return, but that's the only way you're gonna receive a return if you invest. If you don't sow anything, you're not gonna reap anything. Okay, so before I read Genesis 26, I want to read this real quick. I want to read Ecclesiastes chapter 11, verse 1 through 6, and then I want to read the whole Genesis 26. And it says, the uncertainties of life. It says, send your grain across the seas, and in time, profits will flow back to you. But divide your investments among many places, for you do not know what risks might lie ahead. And it says, when clouds are heavy, the rains come down. Whether a tree falls north or south, it stays where it falls. Right? It stays where it falls. Farmers who wait, this is how people do. Farmers who wait for perfect weather never plant. I remember I shared the opportunity with Bitcoin. I told people to invest in it when it was at $4,000, right? Farmers who wait for perfect weather never plant. It's now at 11,000, right? 10,000, 11,000, whatever. All right? A couple weeks later. Farmers who wait for perfect weather never plant. It's never going to be a perfect time for you to invest in anything. When I do these videos, I don't know the exact perfect time to come on here. I just feel led. I do it. I sow my seeds of this positivity, of this word of God daily. All right. I just do it. That's what you got to become. You got to become a doer and just do it. Invest. Sow your seeds. Plant your seeds. Do what the Lord told you. Do what whatever He's leading you to do. Stop hesitating with giving. That's why you're not receiving anything, because you're hesitating with your giving. It says farmers who wait for perfect weather never plant. If they watch every cloud, they never harvest. If they just sit there idle and watch every cloud, they never harvest. And so it says, just as you cannot understand the path of the wind or the mystery of a tiny baby growing in its mother's womb, so you cannot understand the activity of God who does all things. So plant your seed. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 11, verse 6. Plant your seed in the morning and keep busy all afternoon. For you don't know if profit will come from one activity or another, or maybe both. Right? You don't know where your profit is coming from. But you got to plant your seeds. So I want to read Genesis 26 where Isaac, it talks about Isaac. So it says, there was a famine in the land as bad as the famine during the time of Abraham, and Isaac went down to Abimelech, king of the Philistines in Gerar. God appeared to him and said, don't go down to Egypt. Stay where I tell you. Stay here in this land, and I'll be with you and bless you. I'm giving you and your children all these lands, fulfilling the oath that I swore to your father Abraham. All right, because God promised. And he says, I'll make your descendants as many as the stars in the sky and give them all these lands. All the nations of the earth will get a blessing for themselves through your descendants. And why? Because Abraham obeyed my summons. He obeyed my commandments, right? And kept my charge, my commands, my guidelines, my teachings. So Isaac stayed put in Gerar. The men of the place questioned him about his wife. He said, she's my sister. He lied. He was afraid to say, she's my wife. He was thinking, these men might kill me to get Rebecca. She's so beautiful, right? His wife. One day after they had begun their quite a long time, Abimelech, king of the Philistines, looked out his window and saw Isaac founding his wife Rebecca. Right? Abimelech sent for Isaac and said, so she's your wife. Why did you tell us she's my sister? Isaac said, because I thought I might get killed by someone who wanted her. Right? So Abimelech said, but think of what you might have done to us. Given a little more time, one of the men might have slept with your wife. You would have been responsible for bringing guilt down on us. All right? Then Abimelech gave orders to his people. Anyone who so much as lay a hand on this man or his wife dies. So Isaac planted crops in that land and took in a huge harvest. Guys, that's what I want to tell you. It's time to plant your seeds. I don't care how you feel. I don't care what people are telling to you. This is one thing I know. People cannot ignore a blessing. They cannot ignore a blessing. Time will always tell. But it hurts when you're planting seeds and people ignore the seed in your hand. I'm telling you, it hurts. It hurts when God is blessing you, but people around you don't see it. And you're actually receiving blessings. It hurts that people miss out on things because their lack of recognizing an opportunity. Their lack of recognizing a blessing. All right? That's what they did to Jesus. They didn't recognize Jesus when he came on the earth. They ignored him, the blessing. The man that saved all of us. They ignored him. But that comes with the blessing. That comes with having blessings. There's going to be people that ignore you. And let me finish reading this. It says, Isaac planted crops in that land and took in a huge harvest. But remember, those who sow in tears shall reap in joy. It just hurts. And before I finish, it just hurts for people to keep ignoring me when I'm sharing. Look, I'm sharing Bitcoin with people, right? It hurts to do you know that if somebody would invest it with me, I'm just telling you, if they would invest at $1,000, it would have turned to $2,000. If they would invest it with me yesterday, it would have just turned to $2,000. If they would invested $10,000, it would have turned to $20,000. If they would have gotten a trade I got in the other day with me, that the one that God led me to, their money would have doubled, more than doubled in one day. In one day. Just from doing this cryptocurrency stuff. Yes, I'm talking about cryptocurrency through the word, because this is what God is doing right now. He's using me in this area. And people need to wake up. They can multiply their money. They can make more money than they've ever made. Remember, there's seed, time, then harvest. I'm multiplying my money right now because I know where this thing is going. I'm not taking the profits out. I'm not taking the profits. I'm doing something. I'm seeing in the future, just like one of my bros on here, right? And people on here. We're looking at the future. You got to stop looking at now. That's what's wrong with people. They're so concerned about today. They don't see where they're about to be in the future. They don't see what the greatness that's about to happen in the coming future. Do you see how wealthy you are about to be? You are about to be so wealthy. Just like God said for Isaac right here. He said Isaac planted crops in that land and took in a huge harvest. He had to plant first. It said God blessed him. The man got richer and richer by the day until he was very wealthy. There's a difference between being rich and wealthy. When you're wealthy, you can bless others. You can bless people that you don't even know. It's a difference between being rich and wealthy. God said wealth and riches will be in our house. So why, when God sends an opportunity for his children to be rich and wealthy, why do we run from it? Why are we so scared? Why are we so skeptical to invest, to plant, to do what God told us to do? Why do the children of darkness have more faith than us? I don't get it. Why do the children of darkness who don't care about God, why do they have more faith than us? They don't even have the Holy Spirit. Why do they have more faith than us? Why are we so afraid to do things, to invest, to step out, to do the business, to do the ministry? What is their fear about? If God said, everything you put your hands to, Joseph, will flourish. But you're afraid of what other people think. You're afraid I might fail. Guess what? Is your job a guarantee? What if your boss just fired you today? They can do whatever they want. You don't own that. You got to step out. You got to stop having fear. The only thing that kills fear, that destroys fear, is massive action. You got to become an action taker. I got people around me. It's people, God got resources around me, and they're waking up. They're waking up. Because I know where my help comes from. It comes from God, and God uses people that are in my life to bless me. And it's the same for you. He doesn't just bless us out of thin air. He blesses us through people. And you're going to wake up to see this, because I'm getting blessed right now. People on our team is getting blessed right now. People around me that are doing this, investing in cryptocurrency, they're getting blessed right now. You cannot deny it. You cannot ignore this no more. I'm not letting you miss this. You got to stop praying to God for more money. Stop praying to God for increase. It's right here. It's right here. You got to get up. And you got to step out. You got to stop acting in doubt. You got to stop acting like you ain't got no faith. The world got more faith than you. Don't make sense at all. It says Isaac planted crops in that land and took in a huge harvest. You cannot ignore a blessing for too long. I'm telling you. God blessed him. The man got richer and richer by the day until he was very rich, very wealthy. He accumulated flocks and herds and many, many servants, so much so that the Philistines began to envy him. People are going to begin to envy you as you get richer and richer and wealthier. And you know who those people are? Those are the people that's not doing anything. That's not sowing like you. Do you know it hurts to sow? This is why people don't invest, because they hate waiting for the harvest. I learned this from Warren Buffett. He said the money in investing, the money from the impatient flows to the patient. The money from the impatient, the people who cannot wait, the people that don't like the time it takes to be an investor, to wait for the harvest. Those are the ones that give up and they lose their money in all financial markets. Same thing in life. The impatient loses all the time to the patient. He said, those who wait on the Lord, wait. Be patient with the right attitude. Their strength will be renewed. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not faint. They will possess the land. They will receive the inheritance. They will receive the inheritance from the Lord. Those who wait. Not those who are anxious. Not those who are rushing. Those who wait. Plant, plant, plant. It's time to plant your seeds. I don't care if you don't see a return. Guys, I'm going to tell you this. About 7 people just joined my business in 2 days, right? 7 people, and more are coming. People are just reaching out to me. It is about to be the most wealthy. It's happening right now. We are literally in the promise. It's about to be the most wealthiest. It's not over this year. I'm talking about this year for you. It's about to be the most wealthiest year of your life. It's about to be the most lucrative year of your life. I ain't talking about 2018. Stop talking about 2018. We're still in 17. Stop crying about all those days. We got like 30-some days left. God can do it. If God can raise up Jesus in 3 days, he can raise up you in 1 day. He can resurrect your finances in 1 day. He can bless you in 1 day. He can do it right now, 1 second. He got somebody reach out to you right now and say, I want to bless you. I want to help you. What are you doing? Yes, you may be overlooked. But you got a blessing in your hand right now. And God is going to send those that have been planting seeds to you because you are the harvest. You have the harvest in your hand. And so I'm going to keep reading this. It says he became richer and richer by the day. He accumulated flocks and herds and many servants, so much so that the Philistines began to envy him. Okay, come on, people. People are going to envy you when you begin to succeed. It comes with the blessing. Stop all that crying. Stop all that when people talk about me. They supposed to talk about you. You distinguished. You different, bro. You different, sis. You not the same as them. You on a whole nother level. You don't drive like them. You don't live where they live. You on a whole nother level. It says they got back at him by throwing dirt and debris into all the wells. See, people going to start to throw dirt and debris into what you're doing because it's clean, but no weapon formed against you shall prosper. God going to show them. Watch, I'm going to show you what they did to Isaac, and they came back and apologized to Isaac. They were messing with Isaac, and then they was like, hold up. Towards the end, they was like, man, this dude got the blessing. We can't stop Isaac. We can't stop Levante. We can't stop Ariane. We can't stop Natasha. Whoever watching this, we can't stop Silas Kingdomnaire. I can throw dirt. I can throw debris. But this man's still getting richer and richer. He's still getting wealthier by the day. I can't stop him. He plugged in with Christ. I can't hinder this dude. Let me go get on his winning side. Let me go to him and apologize and say, forgive me. Show me what you're doing. Help me. Help me. I see you succeeding. And it's not even us doing it. It's God doing it. That's what they learned with Isaac as well. So let me finish reading. It says they threw dirt and debris into all the wells that his father's servants had dug back into in the days of his father Abraham, clogging up all the wells. All right, I'm in Genesis 26. I'm reading the whole thing. You get in the word. You got to read the whole thing. You got to read the word. And it says, finally, Abimelech told Isaac, leave. You become far too big for us. So they got mad at Isaac and they told him to leave because he got richer and richer and wealthier and became very wealthy. So they're like, man, you got to leave. You're not with us. You on a whole nother level, man. You making us feel bad. You got to leave. Right? That's what they're going to do to you. They're going to persecute you. They're going to tell you to leave. But then, just like Jesus, they persecuted him. They told him to leave. They killed him. But now everybody's asking for him. Everybody's asking for him now. Everybody's looking for him. Everybody's looking for him. Even if they don't think they're looking for him, that's what they're looking for. That's the only hope. That's the only thing they need. They're looking for Jesus, right? And that's what they did with Isaac. And so it says, so Isaac left. He camped in the valley of Gerar and settled down there. Isaac dug again the wells which were dug in the days of his father Abraham, but had been clogged up by the Philistines after Abraham's death, and he renamed them using the original names his father had given them. One day, as Isaac's servants were digging in the valley, they came on a well of spring water. The shepherds of Gerar quarreled. They were fighting with Isaac over these wells. Quarreled with Isaac's shepherds, claiming this water is ours. Right? People gonna start fighting when you got the blessing on your life. Expect some fights. But you already won. I'm ready for the fights. I'm ready. Let's go. We don't fight against flesh and blood. We fight against spirit. We fighting in the spirit. I'm ready. You got to be ready. Ready for the attacks. Your blessing is coming right. It's here. Oh my. It's here. The shepherds of Gerar, they quarreled with him. They said, the waters are. So Isaac named the well Esek quarrel, which means quarrel, because they quarreled over it. They dug another well, and there was a difference over that one also. So he named it Shitnah, right? Accusation, which means accusation. I'm reading it. He went on from there and dug yet another well. So he kept digging wells, even though people were fighting with him while he was going. They were going to the wells. The first one, they were quarreling with him. The second one, they were quarreling with him. But the third one, nobody messed with him. It says he went on from there and dug yet another well. You got to keep going. You got to keep on getting up, keep on keeping on, keep asking, seeking, knocking. You got to bust the window. Look, you got to fight. You got to fight the good fight of faith. You got to go. He said he went on from there and dug yet another well. But there was, look, the righteous, we take it by force. We take it by force. Okay, we take it by force. The kingdom of God suffereth. It suffereth violence. And the violence, take it. Take it by force. You got to take what's yours. That's what Isaac did. He kept going. He went on from there and dug yet another well, but there was no fighting over this one. So he named it Rehoboth. Wide open spaces. God is about to bless you in wide open spaces. Everybody's about to see this blessing on you, and they ain't going to talk about you. They're going to be running to you asking, can you help me? I know I talked about you. I know I threw dirt on you. I know I was quarreling. I know I was fighting you to dig that well, I know I was fighting you for that territory, I know I was fighting against you, but now I'm on your side. I see the Lord is with you. We couldn't stop you. We tried to, but we couldn't. And what you're going to do, you're going to accept him. You're going to say, yes, I can help you. And so saying, now God has given us plenty of space to spread out in the land. From there, he went up to Beersheba. That very night, God appeared to him and said, I am the God of Abraham, your father. Don't fear a thing because I'm with you. I'll bless you and make your children flourish because of Abraham, my servant. Isaac built an altar there and prayed, calling on God by name. He pitched his tent and his servants started digging another well. Then Abimelech came to him from Gerar with Ahuzah, his advisor, and I don't know how to say his name, Pichol, the head of his troops. Isaac asked them, why did you come to me? You hate me. You threw me out of your country, right? They came to Isaac. After persecuting Isaac, they came back to Isaac. And he said, why did you come to me? You hate me. You threw me out of your country, right? Because Isaac became richer and richer and wealthier. And they was like, you ain't on our level. I mean, you on a whole nother level. They were envying Isaac. But all of a sudden they came to him. They came back to Isaac after throwing dirt on him, after quarreling with him, after fighting with this man. For his promise. The Lord promised him that. And they were trying to stop it. And it says, they said, we've realized this. I'm telling you this because people are about to come. Your brother, your sister, people that persecuted you, people that talked about you, the people that cast your pearl, the things that you sent to them that was a blessing that the Lord told you to. But they didn't pray before they acknowledged you. They didn't pray. They didn't pray when you came to them. They just made a decision. They was like, man, get out of here. I know your track record. You don't know what you're talking about. They made a judgment without praying, without actually saying, God, is this my blessing? That's what a lot of people do. And that's how they miss out on blessings. They don't ask God, is this person actually a blessing coming my way? They don't even acknowledge him. They just look at you and they just be like, you're not the one. That's what they did to David. All right. But he was the one. All right. And so it says, they said, we've realized, this is what's about to happen. People are about to realize that God is on your side. They said, we've realized that God is on your side. We'd like to make a deal between us. They're going to come to you. I'm telling you. He says, we'd like to make a deal between us, a covenant that we maintain friendly relations. See how everything just switched? We haven't bothered you in the past. We treated you kindly and let you leave us in peace. So God's blessing be with you. So they came and told him sorry. Right? They came and told him sorry. And that's what's going to happen to you. And then Isaac laid out a feast. And what you going to do when your enemies come back and apologize? You're going to bless them. God said, bless your enemies. You're going to show them how to invest in Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. You're going to do whatever it is you're doing. All right. You're going to show them. And so it says later that same day, right? Isaac laid out a feast and they ate and drank together. Early in the morning, they exchanged oaths. Then Isaac said goodbye and they parted as friends. Later that same day, Isaac's servants came to him with news about the well they had been digging. We've struck water, they said. Isaac named the well Sheba Oath, which, like a promise. And that's the name of the city, Beersheba, Oath Well, to this day. So the will of God happened, all right, for Isaac. When Esau was 40 years old, this is how the chapter ends, he married Judith, daughter of, I don't know how to say this, Beri the Hittite, and Bashmath, daughter of Elon the Hittite. They turned out to the thorns of the sides of Isaac and Rebekah. All right, that's Genesis 26, right? Chapter 26. But my whole focus of this, what's up, Jose? I'm proud of you, dude. We all are prospering. We all are prospering. All right, and I'm not just talking about Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Yes, there's a lot of people, on here that invest in that, but we're all prospering, guys. All right, God is not going to let you down in your business. I don't care, man. He's not going to let you down. If he promised it, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. And guys, I want you to understand why all this wealth is coming to us. All right, this money is coming to us to be a blessing to others, to be a blessing to our families, to do the will of God on our life that he promised us. It's a promise. He promised that we would be wealthy and rich. He promised this. You cannot help anybody. You cannot help anybody. You can't help your family. You can't live life abundantly if you don't have money on the earth to do so. You cannot be a blessing to others without it. You need to have it to disperse abroad. You are a giver. He gives seed to the sower. And you cannot let other people limit you and where you're going. Just because you had a financial challenge or setback or something like that in the past, that don't mean that's your future. That's not where you staying. You coming out into your wealthy place. You went through the fire, you went through the water, but you're coming out into your wealthy place. All right? You owe no man nothing but to love them. You owe no debts. You are debt free. All right? You are growing. I'm telling you this. I'm prophesying this over your life right now. You are getting richer and richer by the day. I've been speaking that, and it's actually happening. I am getting richer and richer by the day. And the only reason I can speak this is because my heart is right. My heart, the reason I'm saying that is because I know why. See, when you know why you need the money is going to come. When you know why you need the resources, they're going to come. But if you're just doing it out of greed, all right, you're going to end up losing it. What have you been doing with that $10, that $100? How are you treating what you got right now? However you treat the small, you're going to treat the large. So everything God gives me, I make sure I treat it as if it's large. Whether it's somebody bought my book, The Light. I didn't even know it, and I just it got into my bank account today, right? Somebody bought a book, and I didn't even know it. God bless them. I don't even know who it is, right? They bought the book, but guess what I did? I tithed from that. That's just what I do to honor God, to tell him, thank you for blessing me. This is yours anyways. That's just what I do. I tithe and offer every time. That's just my heart. You don't have to do what I do, but I'm just saying. Don't be surprised when I get richer and richer and wealthier for obeying God. When I'm prospering and flourishing like the tree in Lebanon. When I'm succeeding and able to bless other people and bless my family. Don't be surprised that I'm getting these high returns on my investments and God is leading me into the right investments because I'm obeying him and doing what he called me to do. Therefore, he's leading me in what to invest in. Don't be surprised. It's not me. It's not you. Allow God to lead you. Let God flow. All right. My goal is to have my family financially free. See, Jose, that's why God is blessing you. And I promise you, Jose, there's something even deeper to your why. There's something deeper to why you want more money for your family. It's something deeper. It's something way deeper than just that. It's a story behind that. It's something deeper. It's something way deeper. And when you find that thing, that deep thing, that deep reason why, nothing is going to stop you, man. Nothing. Nothing is going to be able to stop you from getting what the Lord has promised you. It's something deeper. I want you guys to search for that deep thing, that hurt, that pain in your life that you don't want your children to go through. You don't want your family to go through. I never want my family to go through not having a house. I remember when we didn't have a house when I was younger and I was in elementary. Let me tell you, we didn't have a house. We was in elementary. I lived with different family members. And also I lived in a hotel. And I had to wake up in the morning in elementary, run out of the hotel and run to the bus. It was painful. I hated it. But it made me stronger. And it's one of my whys. My family ain't gonna never do it. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. You gotta get that deep. It's never gonna happen again. Never, ever, ever. You got to get that reason in here so deep that you're convinced that it won't happen. So when your faith is so full, like you're going to do whatever it takes to make sure that that does not happen. Whatever your reason why is. That's just one. There's many more. But you got to find that why. It's so deep. I'm telling you, when you find that why, that's so deep that when you tell it, you get passionate. You start crying. You start getting tears. It's so deep. You want to get your mom and dad that house. Maybe your parents been renting houses all day, but they work so hard all their life, but they work so hard and you want to get them a house. It's something. I'm just giving you guys an example. It's something. And when you get that, me too, I feel like I got to go even deeper. And I feel like I need to write minds down again because I feel like it's something deeper for me too. But when you figure out that reason why, everything else will line up. You don't have to know what. You don't have to know what. I didn't know I would be trading Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. I remember last year I made a video in a house. I was claiming that I owned it. I said I own this house. All right. I was dream building. And I said I own this house. It's a house I really want. And I own it. I own it. But when I was doing that video, I was speaking this, that I would be investing, right, and prospering. At that time, I was not prospering in investments. But I was speaking it. And now I'm actually doing it. You don't have to worry about what. You just worry about why. And the richer and richer will come because you're focused on why. You're focused on the purpose. You're focused on the ministry. You're focused on the business, on helping other people. And by default, you're going to get blessed in return. For a reason. Find your reason why. You know why I do these videos every day, whether people watch it or not? It hurts sometimes. Because my reason why for doing these videos is to obey God, to do what he told me to do. 1 million souls are saved. That's for these videos for my book, The Light. Right? I don't know when people are going to buy it. Somebody bought it. I got a residual from it today. Right? But I'm not worried about that. I just want people to look right here. It's a little ripped up right here. This is the one I carry around everywhere. But right in here, I have this right here. And I don't know when it's going to actually, 1 million souls are going to actually in physical reality, but it already happened. That's all I know. And people keep getting it. I don't know how. I don't even know. They just get it. And here's what I say right here on my card. This is in the book. It says, where there is no vision, the people perish. Proverbs 29:18. This is, and sister, I don't know if you want to hear, Ariane, your brother, he actually told me this. He told me to write, he said, write this. I'm just telling you, he told me this. He said, write down what and who, he told me this, write down what and who will Silas Kingdomnaire be to the world. And when he told me that, and I want you to do the same, people that's watching this, write down what and who will you be to the world. Because this helped me write this vision down clear. God used him to help me write this vision down clear. And I've been speaking this since earlier this year. And it says, I, Silas Kingdomnaire, impacted 1 million people in the world by helping them walk in their God-given purpose and overcome their fears by following Jesus. That's what I wrote, and I speak that. This is my whole focus. Even in business. Even the people that's joining my business, I don't care about them making profit as much. I care about their soul first. The profits are going to come. But I feel like God uses that business to draw people in. That's a tool. But that's my focus. What is your focus? That's not my only why, but that's the major reason for everything. Whether I do videos, do a book, clothes, business, music, it don't matter what I'm doing, but the focus of everything I do is for that, if that makes sense. That's the whole focus for me. So guys, I love you. Be blessed. Jose, man, I didn't even read what you said. Oh, wow. Man, bro, it's all going to be all right, brother. I'm happy for you, bro. We all got to come together. It's not a competition, man. That's what I'm learning. It's not a competition. We all here to help each other, man. We all here to help each other. I'm happy for you, bro. I'm happy for everybody. Man, it's going to be all right. It's going to be all right. Everything's working, man. Everything's working together for our good. God is good. He never falls off his throne, like the song is saying. He will never let us down. And we just got to trust him, man. If you feel like this in your life right now, you feel like you can't see, that's a good thing. If you feel like you can't see what's going next, that's God telling you, use your faith. Walk by faith, not by sight, guys. God bless everyone. Natasha, God bless everybody on here that's watching. Later. Faith walkers we are. We are faith walkers. All right, so I'm about to get off here, right? I just said that, but if you can't, I want to say it one more time. If you feel like you can't see where you're going, that's a good thing. Faith. Faith is your vehicle. Faith is your new sight. That's all God trying to tell you. Use your faith. Believe bigger, quicker, faster now. All right, guys. Later.